Most people don't talk about this part, but it's the moment that ruins the entire look before Halloween night even starts. Parents unwrap the roomy wig from that shiny plastic bag, and instantly something feels off. The color is right. The length is dramatic. But the hair itself doesn't sit like real hair. It reflects light like a toy. Because almost all of these roomy wigs are synthetic, the fiber has this glossy, slippery shine that makes the head look like plastic instead of K-pop anime realness. And fans online keep complaining that when you unbox it, the whole piece looks bulky, like a log of purple rope sitting on top of the head instead of blending into a normal skull shape. It's not that the costume is cheap, it's that the wig material isn't human hair. It's the #1 reason parents panic right before the costume party. But what most people don't know is, the kids on TikTok aren't using wigs anymore. And that's where the real Halloween hack starts. That's exactly why TikTok Shop completely changed the game this year. Because instead of fighting with a hot, heavy wig that keeps slipping back every time the kid turns their head, people are buying those $8 purple braid extensions that clip right into real hair. And suddenly the costume looks way more believable, because the extension blends into actual strands instead of looking like a helmet. On TikTok, the roomy braid extension is everywhere. Parents posting last-minute fixes, teens bragging that they pulled off the look in under 10 minutes, and cosplay accounts saying this hack looks shockingly close to animation hair. And here's the funny part. Fans online even claim the wig gives headaches because the weight sits on one area of the skull instead of being distributed. So the extension isn't just prettier, it actually feels better on the head. But the part nobody tells you is this. The magic is not the extension. It's where you place it. Here's where the real pro-level cheat code kicks in, and most parents have never heard of this step. The extension only looks natural if the ponytail sits high. Not mid. Not low. High. Because that's what gives the illusion that the braid is growing out from the crown, just like Rumi's animation silhouette. The hairstylists say you split the ponytail in half. One half forward toward the face, one half back toward the neck. And then you lay the purple braid extension directly across the middle, matching the halfway point. That's what locks it into position before you even twist a single strand. And yes, it sounds way too simple, but the truth is, most households don't know this trick, so kids end up with the extension drooping low like a tail instead of sitting tall like Rumi's signature action hero frame. But this next part is where the decision gets spicy, because there isn't just one way to braid it in. This is where everyone gets cocky on socials, media, because suddenly every tutorial claims their braid is the official Rumi braid. But in real life, there are only two paths: the basic blend braid or the dragon braid. The dragon braid looks insane online, huge, dimensional, stacked, and influencers hype it like it's the only real version. But here's the truth nobody admits. The dragon braid takes way more coordination than it looks like. You need multiple mini ponytails layered across the head, perfectly spaced. That's why most parents quietly skip it and choose the easy method instead. The simple top-to-bottom braid where you tuck the real hair underneath, so the purple is the star. And ironically, that quick, easy braid actually ends up looking cleaner in photos than the dramatic one that TikTok flexes for likes. But even once the braid looks perfect, there's a problem Rumi cosplayers don't expect until the kid starts moving. And this is the part parents only realize once the costume is already on. The weight. It looks harmless in your hand. It feels light when you're attaching it. But once the kid is actually walking, turning, trick-or-treating, the weight suddenly shifts and pulls. That's when you see them constantly touching the braid, adjusting it, or saying their scalp feels weird. Because even though the extension is lighter than a full wig, it still carries weight. And on a smaller head, that pressure becomes real. That's why the hair pros don't use regular rubber bands. They use nylon elastics, the soft, stretchy kind that almost look like pantyhose. Those bands spread pressure instead of locking tension in one painful spot. It's such a small swap, but it changes the entire comfort level. The hidden benefit is wild. The braid feels secure, but the kid doesn't feel that tight pull that causes headaches later. So they're not fidgeting. They're not complaining. They're actually enjoying the costume. But we're not done. Because after everything's attached, there's one more trick that can make or break the final look. This is the part almost everybody does backwards, and it ruins the whole thing before it even dries. People get excited. They grab the purple spray early, and they start coloring before the braid is even built. But here's the problem. Those sprays and gels get sticky instantly. They make real hair stiff, crunchy, tangled, and suddenly your fingers can't glide through clean sections. That's why the braid looks messy in every rushed Halloween tutorial. The pros literally wait until the braid is fully done, secured, smoothed, tied, and in place. Then they lightly spray the purple over the outside surface, almost like a finishing coat. You're not trying to dye the entire ponytail. You're just matching the visible areas, so the few real strands that peek through don't break the illusion. The timing matters more than the product. Color after you braid, not before, or you'll be fighting sticky hair instead of enjoying the costume moment. But if you're still thinking about using the full wig instead of the extension, then there's one final hack that parents swear by. But if you're one of the people who refuses the extension and still insists on going full wig, then don't skip the prep. A wig cap isn't optional here. It's the difference between the wig sitting flat or bulging like a purple balloon. The trick pros use is placing 2 low pigtails first, crossing them, and feeding that bulk under the wig cap so all the volume sits near the nape. That way the front stays flatter, which matters because Rumi's braid exposes the hairline area. Once that's in place, you don't need 100 bobby pins stabbing the scalp all night. Just one strategic bobby pin behind each ear, pushed downward so it catches the wig cap and the wig itself together. And if your wig has adjustable straps inside, that's the cheat code. Tighten it so it grips like a fitted hat instead of a slippery costume prop. That one adjustment is the difference between walking confidently or spending the entire night refixing the braid every 20 steps.